So last year at VidCon, I was able to meet a YouTuber named Tom Milsom. His music and his art and him as a person inspired me so much and meant so much to me. There would be times when I would have black days and his music would save me, so meeting him was really surreal and strange and overwhelming. I cried. And I have to say that that weekend was probably the best one of my life. A few days after VidCon, Ed Plant, who was a YouTuber and a friend of Tom's, was outed as a sexual abuser. I wasn't really a fan of his, but you know, I kind of looked up to him because of his success and everything. And learning about that was just so shocking, and I talked about it to, you know, everyone, even my friends who weren't into YouTube. And I remember one of my friends posing the question, what would you do if Tom Milsom did something like that? I told my friend that I would be shocked and disappointed and, quite frankly, angry. 7 months later, and guess what? Tom Milsom has been outed as an abuser. Not only him, but also Alex Day, who is another friend of Tom's, and another YouTuber whom I used to admire greatly. And I am shocked, disappointed, and angry. All of these cases are scarily similar. Soft-spoken YouTubers with an interest in music and a large female fan base prey on their fans, and their victims are manipulated into silence for years. And when they speak up, it is either anonymously, or if done publicly, met with barrages of hate. Why does this cycle of abuse happen so frequently? The thing about internet fame is that it's evolved into so much more than what it used to be. The YouTube community used to be just that. A community. Not much of a difference between creators and fans, if there was even a difference at all. Nowadays, YouTube's popularity has skyrocketed. YouTubers are landing deals every day with major corporations, and the gap between creators and fans is... And the fans, well, they're... We all know that internet fandoms are very powerful. Just look at all of Alex Day's marketing schemes and Dan and Phil's radio shows and Kev Jumba and Tobuscus's things with Cartoon Network. I used to think that YouTube becoming more corporate was a good thing. I didn't understand why everyone was calling it the downfall of YouTube. And yeah, you know, part of it is cool. It's cool that content creators get new and bigger opportunities, but the corporatization? I don't even know if that's a word. Of YouTube only widens the gap between creator and fan. Amongst other problems, but the gap between creator and fan and the problems that arise from that are what I am discussing in this video today. And when we widen the gap between creator and fan, creators attain that sort of celebrity status despite them being the same people that they were when they started out. Some nerds making videos in their bedroom. And when I say celebrity, I'm not exaggerating in the slightest. Last year at VidCon, a horde of fangirls found the floor that Jack and Finn were staying on in their hotel and stalked them. That's only one of many, many, many horror stories that I have heard about YouTubers who have been, like, touched and groped and licked. We idolize YouTubers and we do the same things to them that we do to IRL celebrities. We see them as like these perfect, infallible beings, which of course they're not, they're normal people. And when you place this power of celebrity in the hands of a once average person who is not as perfect and infallible as you thought they were, bad things are guaranteed to happen. I'll be the first to admit that I am just as guilty of that as everyone else. When I say that I cried upon meeting Tom Milsom, it wasn't like tearing up. I literally sobbed like a baby. And I thought, just as every other YouTube fan does, that I knew him just because I watched his videos and followed him on social media and occasionally interacted with him. Internet celebrities are unique in that way, in that fans view them as perfect, infallible beings, but also at the same time as close friends, due to the intimacy of online video. YouTubers may show you their lives, but naturally they're only going to show you the parts of their lives that are suitable for public consumption. So that may also be a reason why we tend to view YouTubers as perfect. They present to us only the parts of them that they want us to see. Does this mean that it's impossible to befriend a YouTuber? Of course not. You can definitely have a healthy friendship with a YouTuber, but if it progresses into relationship territory, as I said earlier, when you take an ordinary person and suddenly place this army of fans who all think you're perfect and hot, things are guaranteed to go wrong. The relationship between an adoring fan and the object of that adoration will always have a massive power imbalance, which leads to things that are really not good, as we've found out in the past few weeks. I mentioned earlier the downfall of the community, and yes, I think now everyone, all of us collectively, can agree that the community is in fact going downhill rapidly. So is this the time to give up on YouTube? Absolutely not. Now is the time to lift the community back up. Honestly, the reason why I'm making this video is because of these incidents, which sounds really shitty, but I'm just really inspired now to change things and make my voice heard. And also the Daily Dot article on this whole situation, which claimed that there was a lack of females speaking up about the recent incidents in YouTube, to which I say, just because female YouTubers and bloggers are largely invisible doesn't mean that we don't exist. We all know that the community is centered around conventionally attractive cis white males, which is something that I have had a large issue with in the past, which I still continue to have a large issue with today. And of course, a community centered around conventionally attractive cis white males is bound to be problematic. Deeply problematic. So how do we fix this? How do we fix the community? We speak up. We get active. We make our voices heard in this community. Speaking strictly to minorities here. I know that being a minority trying to make it on YouTube is discouraging, but if no one takes action, then nothing changes. It may seem a bit optimistic to claim that we can change the community, which it is, of course. We can make it happen. Look at Ryan Higa, Michelle Phan, Hannah Hart, etc., etc. They're minorities, but they've made it. And if they could make it, we can make it. Let's prove the Daily Dot wrong. Okay, I'm gonna close this video by saying two things. First, I know that it sucks that your favorite YouTubers turned out to be abusive scumbags, but I'm telling you right now to cut all ties with them. Do not support these people. Do not make them feel like their actions are excusable. Secondly, if you're a minority, and that means queer people, trans people, women, people of color, if you have ever had the desire to start a YouTube channel, whether it be for cooking, makeup, music, vlogs, whatever, I am urging you to do it. I'm sure that if you're watching this video, you have access to a camera capable of recording video, whether it's your phone, your webcam, or a DSLR. If you don't, ask a friend to help you out. As a minority, and as anyone really, but especially for minorities, it is scary and intimidating and discouraging to try to get into YouTube and to try to establish yourself on here. I mean, I'm a newbie. I'm still trying to establish myself and kind of get into the flow of things here. But even if you make the crappiest video ever, I want you to do it. And if you do make a video, please tweet about it or tumble it and hashtag it with minorities on YouTube. And I think I'll start a blog for that too, so yeah, we can get that running and have a whole community based off of empowering and promoting other minorities on YouTube. Cool. Also, on a final note, huge shout out to the brave victims who have spoken up about their abusers. It is so hard to speak up in a community like this where you can be terribly ostracized. You guys are truly badass ladies, and I have the utmost respect for you. I guess this is the end of this video. I will see you guys later.